Yo, yo, yo. Hey, everyone. Can you guys hear me? I see Zoidberg,
Yes,
Gonzalo as a
Yes, we get
speaker. Great, great. How are you guys?
good, good. How are you guys?
doing
Yeah,
great.
good, good. I'm happy we got it working. X has been glitchy a little bit lately, and so yeah. This is gonna be the last episode that we host on X Spaces, by the way, because we will upgrade to a live stream from starting from next month. So from there on forward, the concept will be, you can say it's a little bit upgraded because we will have cameras. So it will be video and audio, and it will be cross streamed to both X and YouTube, potentially some other platforms. So that it becomes more accessible for every Xanon, no matter what platform you're using. So yeah, that's great. Um, yeah. So yeah, let's get started. We don't really have an agenda for today. I thought we would just have it like open conversation. There's plenty to talk about, so we do have a little bit of a talking points list. Let's start with the crypto market in general and privacy coins. How are you guys feeling about that? There's been quite some noise around privacy coins in general lately. It seems like that we're missing the boat a little bit here, but it's good for the general state of the market, I guess.
Yeah, always good to see the narrative holding up. I mean, especially with news like I saw, for example, that Soko gave a talk at the SEC. So anything that brings regulators a little more on our side, to me, that's good news. And I'm sure we'll get there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like for us, it's a bit of a more like a quiet space. I mean, we had a lot of hype and buzz around the Zarkanum hard fork, of course, and I do feel like we will be able to bring that sentiment back because the roadmap for 2026 is just so exciting. Um, yeah, I mean, it's probably the most exciting roadmap that I've seen since I joined the project many years ago. So I'm very hyped about that. How do you feel about that, Andre? What are you most excited on for this year for Zano particularly?
Well, I'm most excited about I'm most excited and at the same time I'm most scary the hard fork 7 that will be with the pure proof of stake transition. Excited because it's gonna be really gives them the whole new level of security in connection of consensus. And I think if everything goes as planned, Zana will be the first project which ever in industry have that level of security over the hidden amounts. So I think it's gonna be huge milestone, and we're really excited about this. I you probably heard me speaking about this many times, and I quite openly excited about this. We also, yeah, it's a lot of stress related to this as well because there's going to be a lot of engineering work, a lot of optimization would require to deliver this, and it's going to be a very significant change. So yeah, we are stressed pretty much with this as well. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. How I feel about this.
Fair enough. And I mean, enough reason to be stressed, I suppose. It was the same around this Arkham hard fork, but I'm sure you guys will manage to pull it off. So yeah, no, that's always good. Um, for people that don't know what Andre and I am talking about here, this is related to hard fork 7, which is going to be consensus upgrade. We've actually been talking about it quite a lot lately. Um, but without many details yet. So, the way we operate here is the big brains here, the devs, they come with a concept. They see if it's doable, if it's manageable, and then we have to receive some details for them, of course, like all the technicalities of it, and then like the marketing team, Gonzalo, me, and the other guys, we can start writing about it and break it down into tweets and maybe video content and an article. So, but this is about hard fork 7. Like we actually have hard fork 6 planned with the gateway addresses, which comes first. So I do understand. I've seen it in the community lately that there's people that are asking like, hey, what are the details of this upgrade? Is this the best approach, and why? And why would you move away from the hybrid setup? And how will it look like for the block time and all of that? So, and these are of details that we will, of course, clarify. But it's a bit too
Yeah,
soon for now.
actually, that's actually this is how it started. We didn't want to move to pure proof of stake. We wanted to improve the hybrid consensus itself, and that's how it started. We started to work with the researchers of another company that have a like they focus specifically on consensus. That's what they do the best, and we started to work with them. And then they kind of helped to realize that we did a few iterations with this, and we improved it a couple of times. But every time we saw that the proof of work part is break the problems, no matter how hard we're trying to get. And we were able to improve it quite okay, I would say, but there was no like significant improvement. And then we realized that we can, like working with them, we realized that we can build something pure proof of stake. And I can give more details now because we've been talking about this for quite some time, and probably some people wondering why it took so long. So there was a few directions that we were exploring. As I said, originally we were exploring hybrid consensus, and after a few iteration, we figured out that we can do better with the pure proof of stake. But then, as we started to work with the company, we had another few iterations with the guys, and at the first few iterations, we were not satisfied with the level of privacy that we get with the consensus. Then we took some pause to rethink about this. Then we started to work again together, and then we actually got two different directions, two different approach how to build a pure proof of stake for Zana. And one approach was that the guys from Common Prefix came up on their own. I mean, we were working together, and it was few iterations, but for this, we were mostly giving them feedback, and they were improving on their side. And the paper called Stake Note. It's also sponsored by and funded by Zana, most of it. Uh, and the second, we didn't come up with a second. So there is a two approach, two directions. One is called stake note, is something that the Chronotropics researchers were really like and want to improve also. We, for many reasons, we still don't think it's a best fit for Zana at this point. So we will go with the other direction. I'll explain later. But this work also have a pretty interesting potential, and probably at some point we will get back to this work, and in a few years, in a couple of years, maybe more, or there it's going to be some new iterations. We're going to reconsider the stake note paper as well. The second direction is something that we call the working name is a Zarkanon proof of stake. It's a concept that came up kind of more on our side because we're more familiar with Zarkanon and all this stack of technologies that used by Zarkanon. And it's the best thing about this is it's way better aligned with the current tools that we have. I mean, cryptography primitive and cryptography tool chain that we have in Zana code base, and it's also as we see it now, it's well aligned with the future full chain membership proof update. So this consensus that we'll be delivering with hard fork 7 will be kind of already compatible with the future full chain membership proof update. So we like it for this reason. Also, for this moment, we believe that the privacy guarantees are better in Zercano-based pure proof of stake. So we stick to this approach, and we spend a lot of time balancing different ideas and comparing to this approach because there's good ideas here and there, and we wanted to take the best, what is the best for this moment for the project. So we picked up this particular direction. And after we started to work with writing this down on the paper to actually have this proposal describe it in a technical paper, because before and now it's described it in a many discussions that we have with a few other researchers from Common Prefix, and like it's long text, long reading, and we have these ideas like written in these conversations and written in some scripts and here and there. So now we're putting this all together in one paper that will describe whole thing together, and then we probably publish this intermediate paper, and then we will start to do security review. What are the properties of this consensus? What are guarantees? What we can be sure
Do
about?
you?
What we are not sure about?
Sorry to interrupt, but do you have a timeline for this paper to be released?
I think it's going to be probably the first version of the paper that is possible to publish. I mean, not submitted to conference, but publish in our internal resources. I think it's going to be in 1 month or something. That's my expectation. And from this
Nice.
paper, it will be more. I mean, whoever is interested in technical structure of the future consensus, it will be clearly seen from this paper already, maybe with like minor details missing, but the structure, the architecture of the future proof of stake will be, I expect it to be published in February something.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite fast.
That's cool.
That's exciting.
No, it's not
So
fast. It's been a lot of work. It's just appear now, but it's not. It's not fast. It's been like a lot of, and trust me, it was not easy conversations because we have different opinions, different favorites, and different team of the different member of the team. And by team, I mean the team that working on consensus. It's a part me and Val from Zano side, and there's a couple of guys from the Common Prefix sides. And by team, I call all of us. So we had the different preferences. We had quite hot discussions about which approach is the better. And we spend a lot of time on this, like really a lot of time, until at some point we figure out, okay, let's stick to this and consider something else for the future. That's it.
man, I'm really yeah, go on.
No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to read that paper when it comes out. I'm remembering like almost 3 years ago. I remember back in Monerotopia 2023, Andrew was talking like first mentioned that Zano will be moving to full proof of stake, like eventually. And I remember that I asked you guys on Discord, like, how would you do this and how would you solve, these problems? And you guys say that, well, it's something that we want to do. Um, Eventually, maybe someone will figure it out for us, hopefully. And it just seemed like something so far away. And now, just 3 years, it's finally happening. And I'm sure that this breakthrough will be used by other projects because security is something that all projects need, regardless of privacy and stuff. So I'm sure it will be a big breakthrough for the industry in general.
In fact, yes, and I really believe that it will be used for other projects as we are pioneers in this specific area, building proof of stake for on top of hidden amounts. It's kind of like really tricky. And as a pioneers, I'm not saying that everyone else will use exactly the same architecture or even approach, but it as we show that it's possible, as we show that this gives more decentralization, more security, actually more security from different, very different number of threads. I think other projects will follow this, and it will be the mainstream. And I said it many times. I believe proof of work is a dead end, and it will be over in a decade. So most of the projects will stop using proof of work, except maybe Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be probably the last one who will, which will switch to proof of stake.
But Bitcoin will eventually too, according to you.
I believe it will. Yeah, of course. There is no way they won't do this. There's so many reasons to do this. Economical reasons, uh, the technical security reasons, a lot of reasons.
Yeah, like in my opinion, it's either they do it or they become centralized.
Well, they will become weak in terms of security. They would have to fix emission to give more security due to like as block reward goes lower and lower, security gets lower and lower in the proof of work, not in the proof of stake, only in proof of work. And they would have to, at some point, they will have to make a choice. And I think
Yeah.
the choice is apparent. Yeah, so that's gonna be
Yeah, because if they
yeah.
don't have any security budget, then or it's very minimal, then the only ones that are incentivized to protect the network will maybe be like some whales, some institutions like BlackRock, and then BlackRock will be running Bitcoin. Like it's not going to be pretty. It's a hard problem to solve, and
Yeah,
yeah,
someone has to
they'll have
burn
to
a
do
lot
something
of
about it.
money every day to give the security for the proof of work project. Someone has to do this. That no, I mean probably uh, VC guys or whoever or the government will start to provide the security, but it will be like a really ironical if it's gonna be this way because I mean if you guys remember the history as Bitcoin was created like an anti-government project and after all it's ended up that controlled completely by government and actually left on the mercy of government. That's gonna be really ironical.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a super interesting topic, and I feel like, especially in the privacy community, people are a bit behind on consensus. I think it generally has to do with the fact that, um, privacy coins only could be proof of work, like in the past, of course, before Zarkanum, because there was no proof of stake consensus that worked with hidden amounts. And now, of course, there is Arcanum, so proof of stake suddenly becomes an option for privacy coins as well. Like you don't have to do this trade-off anymore, where that your amounts are public. So yeah, that's super interesting, and I'm very certain that many projects will have to move here. It's also a topic that needs more education, because I also feel sometimes a little bit of the pushback from the community, because they still have these ideas that proof of work is for some reason more decentralized or more fair, and these are just common misconceptions of that these things actually don't really have much to do with consensus at all. um what do you how do you feel about this, Gonzalo?
Yeah, well, I think people often miss the point, and this is something that Andrew says a lot, that people miss the point that the point of consensus is to secure the network. That's it. Like distribution and whatnot, it's not relevant if your network gets 51% attacked. Like the priority is to protect the network and make it as hard as possible to attack it. And so proof of stake is the way to do it. And sure, in the past, like I know some proof of stake consensus that come with some trade-offs, but precisely that's what Andrew and the team is working on. So I'm sure that whenever we get that white paper, we'll do lots of education and content, and people will see all the benefits, and it will be pretty clear, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So in short, the privacy level of this new consensus will stay the same roughly. The security budget would go up a lot. So our network consensus would be a lot safer because the cost of an attack would be higher. We would have faster block times and we would need less confirmations before transactions finalize. So basically, overall, also the user experience improves by an immense amount because for e-commerce you need fast transactions, for example, also for real commerce in the real world, by the way. And with these improved transaction speeds, that just is an immense boost for the ecosystem, for the usage of Zano. And I also think it will put us like far ahead of the competition. Like, it's also logical that we get a little bit of pushback from other communities in the privacy space, right? Because we're trying something entirely new here. They are still convinced of proof of work. So once they hear Zano is going full proof of stake, they I don't know, they they start shitting on it, or they get a bit scared, or I don't know, they just still dislike the idea because they are stuck in the past somehow. But yeah, I'm super excited also to put out, once this paper is live, to extract data from it and write an article for people that is like easier to understand, and create all this content around it so that people actually understand our reasoning for moving there, because it actually is the best choice. And we can of course explain that into detail. It's just that at this moment it's a bit too early to do that, so we're super excited to speak about it here already. But please wait a little longer, guys, so that we can have all these details, and then we can actually put out content that makes sense and that is based on fact.
I think there's going to be a little bit more information when the security analysis will be done for the protocol, and we can actually announce the guarantees that given by this protocol, and that's going to be quite impressive if we translate it into real world numbers, for example, because the mathematical language may be quite complicated to understand, but if we translate it into the budget, like how much money is needed to attack the new network, or how much confirmation is needed to get the security of transaction nearly close to finality. It's going to be quite nice numbers, and it's going to be really. I believe it felt really good to know that the network is in this uh, uh, in this place now with these numbers. I think it will feel really good.
Yeah, so essentially what you're saying is you could put out comparisons of the cost of an attack on project X compared to project Z, which is Zano then in that case, so that it becomes clearly visible with math why proof of stake is better for your network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I look forward to that. All right. Is there anything else that you guys want to say on this topic? Because otherwise, we just circle back to Hard Fork 6, which is going to be sooner actually than Hard Fork 7.
Yeah, I think that's it. We can
Yeah,
move.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited about that paper, and yeah, I hope that one day privacy doesn't get in the way of UX. With these kind of upgrades, we can get the level of UX to hopefully make people forget, because sometimes when you use a privacy network, you're constantly reminded that you're using a privacy network because of all the UX constraints. So I hope in that these constraints will go away eventually, and this is a huge step towards that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Something to look forward to. All right. So then it's time to circle back a little bit to Hard Fork 6, which is actually scheduled way sooner. I think the ETA is like end of March, early April now, which is going to bring gateway addresses to the mix. This is something that we will actually release content about, way faster than on the proof of stake upgrade, because it also is going to be before Hard Fork 7, of course. And it's going to be, maybe not equally I mean, it's exciting in another way, let's put it that way, because for our users, this gateway address really doesn't really matter, because the user will not really have to deal with it either. So but for services, this will actually be a huge one, because it will make integrating the Zano blockchain a lot easier. It will have instant sync time. So um, yeah, amongst a few other things, but that you will read about relatively soon. But this makes integrating the Zano blockchain just so convenient. So I am personally super excited about this one, because when I because it's for all services, so not only for centralized exchanges, but also for decentralized exchanges, for bridges, for payment processors, basically anyone that wants to work with the Zano blockchain in one way or another has to integrate it, of course, and it will make my life a lot easier, and also that of all like of developers that want to integrate Zano, and that just makes sure that we will have way lower integration costs with many of these services. So the barrier of integrating Zano just becomes a lot lower, and therefore I expect us to gain hopefully a lot more adoption on all these fronts, right? So not only payment processors, like if we have more payment processors, we hopefully can get more merchants. If we have more centralized exchanges, we are more widely available. Same goes for decentralized exchanges. um, so yeah, that is another super exciting hard fork. Um, what do you guys feel like? I see Andre is raising his hand.
Yeah, I want to emphasize a little bit details related to gateway addresses. So before we so we're doing this right now, like literally these days we're doing this, and we I expected to get in the test network before the end of the January. So really, we're really working on this like right now, and I think in a week we'll be start testing in the test network. The thing is, as I was saying about this in the Vlad interview a few days ago, and I will say it again. So that there is a few limitations that we deploy with gateway addresses just to uh, put it the way we want to have it right now. So before the full chain membership proof, gateway address may poison our UTXO, and we don't want to have this. So before the full chain membership rule, we'll be making gateway addresses, and maybe after this as well, we don't know yet, but for sure, we're 100% sure that it's going to be not free, it's going to be paid. To register a gateway address, you have to pay some amount of money. So it's not for average user, it's created for the services that will be using this for integration. And also, we really want to encourage exchanges to use this gateway addresses before we get full chain membership proof. Because with exchanges, it will create some poisoning that could be avoided now. But when it comes to integrating of decentralized exchanges or transparent, whatever DEX is created of, if you have this all connected with a transparent part, with some open source DEX or something like this that is transparent, it actually doesn't matter how it's connected to the blockchain. It actually poison privacy blockchains anyway. So for those services, we create very easy to use uh, tool that can be easily plugged for most of the tools that exist for DEX. You can use the mm, MPC that is created in multiple versions for Ethereum-like addresses, for Solana-like addresses, for Bitcoin-like of addresses. So whatever DEX are used, they can easily integrate this into by using gateway address. And we had a lot of integrations. That people like it, the idea of confidential assets, and we got a lot of services that was interested in this potentially, but they were like so frustrated with the complicity, or sometimes even impossible to integrate in Zano as Zano have in the current state. So we're trying to fix this. I don't know. Maybe some exchanges will, or newer exchanges will likely be interesting in integrating in gateway addresses. But I really hope that this will happen after we deliver full chain membership proof. So these are fair feedback on the gateway address, and we understand this. We totally realize the risks of the gateway addresses. So we're trying to address these potential issues and try to be very careful with the privacy of average Zano user with a regular Zano wallet.
Yeah, then it's great timing with full chain membership proofs, which yeah, we're starting. I believe we are starting to work on it right after gateway addresses. So yeah, that's great to hear. And yeah, me and Quinten have spoke to multiple dexes that were really interested in integrating Zano, and the moment they learned that it was so complex, they decided that we couldn't continue. But with this, I'm sure we can reach out to them again, and we'll see a lot more adoption.
Actually, the plan was to integrate gateway addresses way after the full chain membership proof, but we got some of the services so impatient with this, and some of the people who were eager to build something on top of Zano were like really impatient. So we decided to make a little change of plans and deliver it first. And one of the first reasons, I forgot to say it, but one of the first and main reasons why we need gateway addresses is to have an option for the assets that was created in Zana, originally created in Zana, like Freedom Dollar, to make it possible to bridge those assets over the bridgeless or any other services like bridgeless. Because right now it's really complicated. It requires to create another proxy token, which is like really unuseful. And that's one of the reasons that we're trying to address this issue so quickly, because it's right now it's really like we don't know how to bridge assets that was created on Zana chain and then wanted to bridge somewhere outside world. And we actually really want people to create assets on Zana chain, to have Zana as a home address for the blockchain for the chain for the tokens that will be built on top of Zana, and then will be bridged to outside world. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing this so quickly and kind of in a rush. Even understanding and realizing uh, complications and potential impact on the privacy. I just wanted to give more perspective so everyone have a better understanding why we are trying to do this in the way in the order that we do it right now.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
that's a fair
sense.
comment.
And in a way it puts us well, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but it does put more pressure on us to deliver full chain membership proofs. So that's exciting as well.
Yeah, and it's good that you talked about priorities here as well, because sometimes it's hard for users to understand that we don't have like a huge team. Like we have to very selectively prioritize the things that we want to bring to the Zano ecosystem. And that's it's very important for us to do it in the way that we are doing it, because there's actually a lot of thought behind it, more than people sometimes think. So yeah, don't want to put you under pressure here, Andre, but when can I get the gateway addresses info from you so that I can start writing an article for the community?
I think as soon as we get it into the test network, so someone can touch it and see it, we'll start writing documentation. But documentation will be really, really trivial. I think it's way easier to use compared to anything else. You don't have to wait for synchronization time. You have the balance available immediately. So it's way more simple. It's going to be kind of experience similar to what people have when they use Bitcoin or EVM addresses. You just use a remote node to get the balance and use remote node to send the transaction. That's it. And we'll try to make it possible to create right from the JavaScript code. So it's going to be easier to play with this. But I think it's going to be, but it depends. I mean, if there will not be any complications, in the February we'll start making documentation, I think.
So I have a question about this, perhaps for Baal. So, from a service perspective, how easy it is to integrate Zano with gateway addresses? Is it comparable to how easy it is to integrate EVM networks like Ethereum, or more like compared to Bitcoin? Like, how easy do you think on like on a scale?
I'm not sure if
Are,
he's here.
While
are you
is,
here,
I don't
Paul?
know,
Can
well,
There it is.
Can you hear me, guys? Mm.
Yes, we
yes,
can.
a
Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you. So let me clarify the question. So you are asking about the integration for services for gateway addresses when they are ready for this, and
Yes.
comparing these efforts with integration of just like normal wallets, Zano wallets. Is it correct?
Yeah, like how does it compare to integrated Bitcoin or EVM networks?
Well, I think maybe Andrew will cover the EVM and Bitcoin part because he knows more than me on this side. I can say that comparing to normal Zano addresses for services, the main advantage will be instant uh, getting of balance. So you won't need to scan the blockchain with your hot or with your hot wallet to update your balance of your wallet. And also, this mitigates some issue that sometimes may happen in wallets that are very actively used, and sometimes they may have a huge number of outputs because crypto node Zano, we have UTXO model, so we each wallet operates a set of unspent outputs, which UTXO means, and wallet managing this set of unspent outputs. And in some cases, there may be complications, and they may require additional effort um, from maintenance team, from developer team, from people who are running the service, and these addresses um, provides more easier interface because you won't need to synchronize, and you can get instant balance. So that's much easier for services.
uh, honestly, I have to confess, I don't know how people use Bitcoin in the, in the services. I mean, I have as every engineer work on the layer one. We know how it works theoretically, but practically, I never in my life built anything for Bitcoin. So I know how the architecture works, but I don't know how API works or how the services use Bitcoin. Um, I know I have idea how people use Ethereum. You just have an endpoint to the big company that host for you nodes, because hosting Ethereum node is quite an adventure, I would say it this way. And just a big company like, I don't know, there is a bunch of companies who does it. You just point to the endpoint and call the API that gives you everything in a second. That's it. I like, because
Like
get balance.
Infura.
Yes, like in Fury, yes. Like this, yes. But it's gonna be as Ethereum has a like this crazy amount of tools that used for the EVM for the contracts. It's gonna be way easier for us just to get balance and send transaction and get address history. That's it, nothing else. And as I was saying before, it's really a tricky part to don't hurt the network privacy overall. And we have another thing in our mind, which is Val's piece of cake, that we really want to make this gateway addresses with hidden amounts as well. It was just too heavy lifting for us right now to deliver it quickly. As I said, we have a like real practical necessity and urgency to deliver it really quick. But as soon as we have a time to have a deep breath and have a like a break to look into the math, Val probably come up with a second iteration on a gateway address. It's going to be gateway address with a hidden amount. Val, do you want to comment something on this?
Yeah, I can briefly explain. So we, uh, when we first think of gateway addresses, like when I was think of this approach, I I immediately start thinking about how we can make these private in terms of hidden amounts, because from the inception in Zano we tried to achieve maximum privacy, and we built this anonymous proof of stake because of that, and anonymous confidential assets. But eventually I found out that it requires quite complicated math, and we because we really need to make sure that everything we deliver is has exceptional quality and security. We decided that we split our work on this field on different on several steps, and we on first step we will implement gateway addresses in its like normal plain state, when the amounts will be immediately accessible, and services will get the state of the wallet immediately, and these amounts won't be hidden from the public, so it will be visible in the blockchain. And on the second step, we will implement. We will try, and I hope we will do it. Implement anonymous and private amounts, and also the type of assets that store it in these gateway addresses also will be hidden. So this is a goal as I see it, but this requires quite complicated math. I think it's maybe more complicated math than actually we have right now at the moment. But this requires additional and very careful consideration from our side, because this probably will be quite heavy proofs, and these heavy proofs maybe it will be like founded on Chinese humanitarians or pay um, cryptography. We don't know at that moment, but any piece of this uh, crypto technology is very bulky and very heavy, and requires quite a huge amount of storage, and also heavy to verify and to make a proof. So this is why it should be very carefully considered, and I hope we will do it, and we will find out the approach that is both and fast enough and secure at the same time. So it's difficult at that moment to say when exactly this will be planned, but I think that perhaps after we will get an iteration on full chain membership proof, tailoring to Zano cryptography machinery. Yeah, please feel free if you, Andrew, if you would like to add something to this. So
No, I think that was pretty much covered.
Yeah, I think that was very detailed already. So thank you for that. Actually, this is something new. This wasn't even mentioned to us. So yeah, good to learn, even for us here. Yeah, let's move on to um, maybe a little less technical items that I would still like to cover a little bit. We can go over them a little bit quicker. And then after that, we can see if there are any community questions. Actually, we can already get there right now. So I see we have plenty of listeners, so thank you all for being here today. If you have any questions for anyone of the team here, please let us know. You can do so by leaving a comment here under this Spaces on X, or you can leave a comment in the Telegram channel or on the Element Matrix channel that we have. Gonzalo, please keep an eye on those. I will do the same, so that if any questions appear, we can answer them. In the meantime, Lite Wallet. This is something we've mentioned a lot, and it's been taking a very, very long time. But I heard from you, Gonzalo, that you have access to testing one of the desktop wallets with a remote node. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't checked it out already, but yeah, it's good to see. So it exists, guys. It's real.
It's actually coming. Finally. No, this is a big thing. I mean, not as big as the tech upgrades that we just talked about, but still for the user, for the usability, it's huge because man, I've had so many people in my DMs and in the chats over the years that said, "Why is the syncing taking so long? It's taking me hours or sometimes even days." It's not like that with the mobile wallet. So basically, the mobile wallet makes use of a remote node, so it makes your device, your app connect to someone else's node basically, and that wasn't available on desktop or isn't available on desktop yet. I see Zano Africa is laughing. So shout out to Zano Africa, especially people in Africa where, of course, the internet connection is sometimes a little bit less stable. They face these issues even more. So it will be very convenient for Zano Africa. Makes Lil King's life a lot easier to with a desktop wallet that has a remote node connected. Yes, Andre.
Um, yeah, I have something to say about this. Anton is doing great effort to build this, and as we have a status calls every day, we hear him complaining about how complicated it is to pull this all together with Qt, with all these different platform, and he he just have a lot of headache with this. And honestly, there is another update that I want to tell you that. We had so much complaints about mobile wallet as well as being slow, especially lately. So I had to switch from gateway addresses today, and I had to work on the optimization on the mobile wallet. And I fixed it. There was some problems that's been existing in a native library C++ code that could potentially create some issues with synchronization. And I decided. I mean, I just felt so many people complaining, and especially this morning I read complaints from where people who care about our own project a lot. So I got okay. I have to fix it. I have to like do whatever it takes, and I really hope that we're gonna deliver tomorrow or in a few days. We're gonna deliver new mobile wallet hot fix that start actually working way faster in terms of synchronization. And we even create this little feature that I really like. That now every wallet you have a green, this green light when it's online and it's synchronizing. And
Yep.
near this green line, you'll have an actual speed, how quickly this wallet is synchronizing. It will be like writing 1 megabit or 50 kilobit per second. So you'll actually have a more more information about what's going on, why it's so slow, or if it's actually synchronizing. And I also fixed a few deadlocks that were not deadlocks, but few not optimal not optimal API calls that were existing there, which was causing some troubles. I really expect this new version of the mobile wallet will be work way better in Africa or in other places where the internet is not that good. So I just want to feel that you guys probably would like it, and I really hope we can deliver it really soon.
Absolutely. It's these small things that make a big difference. So, yeah, also looking forward to that. Um, Next topic is new Zano website. That's also coming. Not much to comment on that. I mean, it will just be way cleaner website. That will be way easier to navigate through and find the information that people are looking for. So, yeah, super excited for that one. We will have Zano Quest. I don't think we even no, we didn't put it on the roadmap because it's I don't know actually why we didn't. But Zano Quest will be a blessing, at least for me. It will make my life so much easier because this will basically be like a huge socialfi dashboard. I'm not sure who here used the participated in the confidential layer airdrop campaign before. It will be a little bit like that, but a little bit less fancy. Like ignore the portals and stuff like those. Um, but you will be able, in short, you'll be able to get rewarded for contributing to the Zano ecosystem in many ways. First one will be referral links. So if you refer people to the Zano Quest dashboard, you can gain XP, and these XP points can be turned into real Zano coins or merchandise. It will be like a little web shop kind of thing where you can use your XP to get T-shirts, mugs, the Zano neon light that I have behind me during interviews. So basically, you can save up XP for these items, or you can turn it into Zano coins. And it will be a very fun, like a little bit gamified way to engage and actually contribute to make a difference for Zano. So with referrals, with content creation, so we will have the part of the team manually reviewing people's content and contributing XP to the content that they create. So you can actually get XP for writing articles, for making video content, for making threads, for making simple tweets, memes, anything you can really think of. So there will be something to do for everyone here. And there will also be on-chain tasks. So, for example, do a trade on Zano Trade or create the Zano alias, so you can get XP for on-chain tasks and to boost on-chain activity as well. So maybe also create your own confidential asset, and a part of it will also be that there will be this walkthrough. It will probably be called the Zano ecosystem walkthrough, where it literally walks you through. So step one is installing a wallet, creating an alias, maybe doing a transaction, creating your own confidential asset, and it will walk you through one by one with these fancy explainer videos, and you can gain XP for completing the walkthrough as well. You can get our badges, and with these badges, you will get special perks. And um, yeah, in simple terms, it will be very exciting for the entire community, and it will make it is also super exciting for me because I hope that we will be able to reactivate the community through this Zano Quest dashboard. So that is something to look forward to as well. It is being built as we speak. The idea behind it is already completed. So and of course, we will have some internal testing first, like a beta version, probably with the Zano ambassadors. I see many of you guys listening here, so we can make sure that it's streamlined and all the XP rewards make sense and stuff, and that there are no exploits and such. So, but yeah, that will be really fun to engage and basically work all together on getting the word for the Zano ecosystem out there. I see we have 30 listeners. It's actually quite a lot for us. So thank you all for being here. I see. I actually see a lot of new faces as well. Welcome all. I also see a lot of familiar faces. Zano X is here. They have this prediction platform coming out soon, and they already have sports betting live that you can do with Zano and FUSD. So go check them out. Zano Venezuela is here. They make lots of Venezuelan content. I see they've been really active lately. Shout out to them as well. Zano Africa here. Noticias Trading makes Zano content in Spanish. I see that the Libertarian Party of Florida is here. Welcome. Mr. Pinkman, he told me he's back on track starting today. What did Pinkman released something great today? A wallet release tracker. It was actually quite fun because someone complained that not always we are on time with pushing out wallet updates. So he created this little bot that you can join on Telegram. You can check it out. You can ask him, yeah, and it will basically automatically notify you whenever there's a mobile wallet update, but also an update for Edge Wallet or Bitcoin Wallet, or like all the wallets that we're integrated to, and also the desktop wallet, so that you will never miss a wallet update ever again. So I thought that was very handy and very smart of him. Um, and there's so many more people here that contribute to Zano. So thank you all. Make sure to start following each other, engage with each other's content. We also have this X community with like 1,350 members now. Let's get it to 2,000 as soon as possible. So join that if you haven't done that yet. Um, yeah. Have any questions come in yet, Gonzalo?
No, not yet. I'm checking. You can leave your question as a comment on this post or on Telegram, Discord, or Matrix channel.
I think we talk
I'm
too
looking for
much. We give too much information away, so people don't have questions anymore, man.
it. I mean, especially with gateway addresses, that was a lot of info, but it's really exciting. Like from like I think it will be such new fuel to Zano because all of the new partnerships that will come, it's other projects with we'll be able to do stuff, campaigns, dexes. I mean, people really are demanding more dexes on Zano. um Also that, I mean, right now on, I believe, near intents, Zcash is a top traded token, and it's a privacy token. So I think that privacy tokens and dexes go very well, and I'm excited we'll get there.
Yeah, wait until they learn. Like once Zano is integrated, like we can gain a lot of traction from this. Like wait until they learn that they can not only trade a privacy coin there, but also like a privacy stable coin or a private Bitcoin, a private ETH, a private Solana.
Right,
Um,
because this doesn't just apply to the native token, it applies to all tokens. um so yeah, that'll be exciting. Like,
exactly.
I was testing confidential layer the other day, and I saw some Freedom Dollar code already. So that'll be definitely interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it will be super like it's one of the things that's holding Freedom Dollar back a little bit is that it's hard to use as in I mean it's as easy to use as any other Zano app of course, but liquidity and stuff is a common issue there. Like you don't can't really put your Freedom Dollars to work, and as soon as they will have liquidity pools on certain dexes and stuff, or even be cross chain, you can have then they could also have this FUSD slash ETH or FUSD slash USDC pair on Ethereum, and people could
Yeah.
actually put their liquidity towards it so that they can actually put their coins to work and gain from the trading fees there, for example, and that really makes it so much more usable. So
Yeah. And it also gives you access to all of, for example, Ethereum tools. So if you have, for example, Zano through conventional layer or Freedom through conventional layer, you can bridge it to Ethereum, and then you can store it in any, for example, hardware wallet that supports Ethereum tokens. So that's something that people have been asking for. Of course, it's always best to have a native integration, but this is a good first step, and you'll be the bridge is non-custodial, so there's no risk there. And so yeah, like uh, a lot of new toys to play with.
Yeah, speaking of toys to play with, Q2 2026 Alias Marketplace. So this one is also really really nice. We decided to split the premium aliases, which are basically unregisterable at the moment. They are 5 character aliases or 4, 3, 2, 1. Um, we will host an auction for them later on, but we want the community to be a lot bigger before we do that because we actually want a lot of demand for them as well, obviously. So, but what you can start doing very soon is we will have the Alias marketplace live already in Q2, so that you can actually trade your aliases that you already have right now. So all the 6 character aliases and up, those will be tradable for on this Alias marketplace. So anyone listening here, if I were you, I would start registering some of the nicer aliases, you know, just for 0.11 Zano, because you will be able to offer them on the Alias marketplace later on, maybe for more Zano, especially if the name is like unique. Like, I mean, not unique; they're all unique. But if the name is like special or in demand, right? Brands and stuff like that. So start thinking about it and register some more aliases if you can. It's good for the ecosystem, but you might as well profit from it yourself later on when you can offer them for sale. So yeah.
Y- Yeah, lots of people are doing that already. In fact, the other day I saw that someone grabbed the name I wanted, so that was sad. But hopefully, I'll be able to buy it at a
Yeah,
much higher
I should
price. But
also
we'll see.
I I should also jump on it because I noticed this as well. I mean, these are the things like I always think about. Oh, this would be a nice alias, and then I always think, oh, I will register it later on. And then if you wait too long, someone else already registered it. So there might not be a later on opportunity there.
Yeah,
So
don't
yeah,
wait, don't wait. We got another question, more of a suggestion, but someone on Discord is asking us about considering a Simple X group community. Do you know Simple X, Quentin?
I do. Yeah, we can for sure look into it. The only thing I want to avoid is that we get too many platforms. I mean, the community isn't that large already, and we're already on Discord, on Telegram. Or we have the Zano Matrix group, of course. So if we start adding more platforms, it might be too like distributed, too smeared out. The community, like there will be a few people on each platform. But if there's not like enough demand for it, and there's actually a lot of people that want that, then we can for sure look into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. But for now, I'd say that if you want a privacy group, the privacy application, it's the best to use is Sanometrics for now. But as we grow, I'm sure we can do more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hmm, can we, as there are no questions, let's do one more topic before we wrap it up here. I see there's still a lot of people listening, so apparently people enjoy listening. So let's do one more topic before we call it a day. The Zano native Zano integration on confidential layer bridge. I feel like this has not been spoken about a lot, and we can probably clarify a little bit more on it. So the roadmap description for this item is as follows. Zano becomes bridgeable through confidential layer slash bridgeless, enabling instant trustless access to DeFi platforms on EVM networks and services supporting wrapped tokens. Um, who's the right? Oh, I see Andre raising his hand directly. Yes, please tell us a little bit more on this,
Guess
Andre.
guess what we need to integrate Zana into Bridgeless? Gateway
Wait,
addresses.
Say that again. I
Yeah,
think your mic is a bit unclear for me. Is it for you
yeah. I
like
said
that as well,
guess
Gonzalo?
guess what we need to integrate Zana into bridges, gateway addresses.
Uh, yeah. So is that coming like
Yes.
on Hartford 6?
No, I
Um,
mean the Harvard
that,
6 will deliver gateway addresses, and then bridges will be able to integrate Zana to wrap it into the outer world. So, and with this, we're probably gonna move wrap Zana from the way it works now. We'll somehow will remove the one that we have now into the decentralized way with the bridgeless, I guess. Not
Right.
100% sure, but that's what I believe will happen.
So for the people that don't know, we already have wrapped Zano on ERC20 as a ERC20 token on Ethereum. But the way to bridge there back and forth is a centralized piece of infrastructure that we basically run, that we host. And as soon as we can get Zano on confidential layer, of like it can be replaced by the confidential layer bridge, which is actually like a federated system, which is way more decentralized. So and also it will open the doors to all these other EVM networks that are used a lot. One of the EVM chains that I am actually very interested in is the base ecosystem, for one particular reason. um, if you have the Coinbase app on your phone, you can actually buy any token on Base's ecosystem, on Base blockchain, directly with fiat, with US dollars, basically. So if we launch a Rapzano on Base, people can buy, they can say, like Americans can simply install the Coinbase app and they can buy Rapzano on Base with their bank account directly, like as a fiat on ramp, and they can simply then like unwrap it to native Zano, right? So this actually opens a very easy, convenient way for Americans to acquire Zano in a like user-friendly way directly through the Coinbase app. So I would really
wow,
want that to happen. And
really? Like, is there any other privacy coin that did this?
I don't think so. I was looking into it, but then Pavel told me better to wait for Zano to get integrated into the confidential layer bridge, which makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
that
but
would be
yeah,
insane.
Is a
Like,
base integrated into bridgeless?
yes, yeah, is.
yes,
Base is a L1.
yes.
Uh,
All
is
right.
it? Is it not L2 for Ethereum?
I thought it was an. I do see it's not supported yet. Maybe it's in their plans. Then
And
Yeah,
how
they will add base.
and how it's how decentralized is the base? If it's L1, how decentralized? I mean, I'm asking because I'm wondering if they are they gonna block anything that they don't like on this blockchain because it's for Americans, and
ah, I I read here. Base is an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain developed by Coinbase. Um, so of course,
so
I'd
good
say it's
news,
quite
it will be
centralized.
automatically enabled as we have it on Ethereum, but is there a bad news? Is it decentralized?
I don't know.
I mean, we'll see.
Um,
That's why I asked if other privacy coins did this. Um, because yeah, I'm seeing that base is supported, so you can bridge, for example, Ethereum from Zano to base. I don't. Sorry. You can bridge from bridgeless to uh, uh, well, base disappeared. Okay. Well, but
anyway,
I know they're working
I
on it. But yeah, it will
I
be
I
massive.
also I also see someone send a thumbs down, because probably this person wants to have privacy at all times, which I understand. But this is just purely so that we can, be super easy to acquire for anyone, regardless of where you are, right? And Zano can be quite hard for Americans, especially because of all the restrictions to buy to get your hands on. So if we would do this, like we would also market it as like buy the wrap Zano and unwrap it directly to the wrap to native Zano, right? Don't use it for any like other purposes. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and once you unwrap it, then that's it. Like at most, what's public is that you bought Sano, but not what you do with it if you unwrap it immediately.
exactly, exactly. And of course, the best way if you really want to stay completely private and you don't want anyone to see that you ever bought Zano, then the only way to do that nowadays is peer to peer. Make a deal with someone in your that you know that has Zano that you can buy it off with cash. That's the only way to do it completely off the record. But the other ways are, buying it with, which is what most people actually do, is buying some kind of cryptocurrency with your debit or credit card and then swapping it to Zano, basically.
Yeah, and there are some people on Zanometrics that have some Bitcoin and they bridge that Bitcoin over to Zano, and now they want to swap that Bitcoin to Zano using Zano Trade. And so, if you want to offload some Zano in the most private way, you can just jump into Matrix and swap it for Bitcoin right on the Zano blockchain. And the trade transaction is undistinguishable from any other transaction. Like, no one knows that trade happened. So, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's a good suggestion, and I was actually thinking of making like a little series of that. I recently, like just before Christmas, I believe, I did a trade with someone from the Bitcoin Cash community. They bridged two Bitcoin Cash to Zano, and they said in the Zano matrix, they said, "Hey, I have these two Bitcoin Cash. Can I swap it for Zano with anyone?" And I said, "Sure, put it on Zano Trade. I'll take it." And then we both did a nice Twitter post about it. So now the Bitcoin Cash community knows, or at least some of them know, that they can make their Bitcoin Cash private. I have some Bitcoin Cash. This guy was helped because he now has the Zano that he wanted. So if anyone else has like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Solana, Ton, any asset that is supported by confidential layer bridge, bridge it over and post a message in the group on Zano Matrix, and I would be happy to trade with you, and maybe I can make a small, um, like um, like synthetic asset portfolio on Zano, right? So I have a little bit of the Bitcoin Cashes, a little bit Solana, a little bit Ton, and I can post regular updates that on this portfolio, like the value, just as like an experiment, but to show that you can actually hold all these assets, but in a completely private way, right? That I think that it deserves way more attention than it has now, and this could be a fun way to do that. And if anyone here is thinking that's a great idea, please do the same. Like it's not like that idea has to stick with me. So if you think this is fun to do, please start doing it yourself and make people aware that you can actually have all these assets on Dano in a private way. Before we wrap it up, any more questions?
I believe not. Let me check once more.
Gonzalo, what was the name you wanted to register for yourself in the Alias?
Uh, I think it
I'm curious
was
now.
my name, like Gonzalo. Like someone took Gonzalo. I think they just went into the Zano.org website and registered the names of everyone. So no, I cannot register my name.
Really? Did they?
Yeah, someone did it. They were smart. I mean, I gotta admit it.
Oh,
They were smart.
really?
Yeah,
I see someone registered my name. They're all registered to the same address, by the way. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. He'll probably want
Yeah.
to sell it to me. So I'll say that I don't want to buy it because if
Well,
I
they
say that
got
I want to
me.
buy it, they
Re-
they'll raise the price.
Reach out to me. I will buy it. I guess they even
No.
have versions of it, man. They have Quinton, Quintero, Quinton, Quintana. Who's named Quintana?
Well, okay, okay. Name a fair price, and I'll buy it from you, whoever you are. But I can still get the short one, the premium one, whenever that comes.
Okay. Well, I think this was Great
You have,
spaces.
you have a long name. What short name you possibly want if you have a longer name? I mean, do you have?
If I
You have,
say it, someone else will take it.
but the short one, no one can take it. Short one.
Well, yeah, it depends. Yeah, so you can say Gonzalo is the short, it's a long version, but you can also say Gonza and Gon.
Okay, got it.
So
Gone.
those are yeah, like
All
three
right.
letters.
Was it 3 letters like three? Gone.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
got it.
my username, which is Gone Bet, just without the bat.
Okay, got it. Just
Yeah.
was curious to hear this.
I'll make sure to drive the price up, Gonzalo.
Thank you. Screw me.
No,
But yeah,
no.
I hope that the Alias marketplace develops because that'll be nice. And it's, I mean, like the other day, I was on Twitter and I was just talking about some Ethereum application, and someone told me like, "Hey, want to try it out? Like, if you drop your address, I can send you some tokens and you can try it out." And I did want to try it out, but I didn't want to leave my address on my Twitter profile. So with aliases, I can just write my name and it's easier to remember and it's private, like no details. Like it's so crazy, like it's so undervalued.
Absolutely. Okay. Shall we wrap it up? We've been on for 75 minutes.
It's nothing compared
Yeah.
to interview with Vlad.
No, no one was. Yeah, if people are still listening and they are sad that we will go, um, Val, Andre, and me, we actually did an interview with Vlad Coste, and it was like close to 4 hours, I believe. If you navigate to our profile, and you see the latest tweet, you can find the interview there. If you have nothing better to do, go check it out. Lots of info there. But yeah, it was fun. All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending. This was a great one. Lots of anticipation. Lots of people here. I think we got over 100 different listeners throughout the space, so I'm quite happy with that engagement. And next, inside the Zanoverse, it will actually be through Riverside FM, and we will live stream with our video and audio across platforms. So not only to X, but also to YouTube, maybe some other platforms that you guys can request. So yeah, hopefully it will be even more fun and engaging that way for everyone. And there will also be a chat box, so that will be very convenient. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Don't forget to join the Zano X community, the official Zano community that is pinned on our like on our profile on Zano X. Not Zano X on X. Man, I make use of Zano X too much, and now I give it free promo. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you.
Cheers.